There's one. Set for stun.
3 guys sitting in a dark room that smells like bad cucumbers.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Inconceivable!
Now featuring 11 listeners.
This is the unique geek.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
This is the unique geek.
And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of DragonCon, the podcast who is operating at only 1 year now. And joining me, as always, is the lovely Lee. Lee, how you doing?
I'm okay. I've been put on a heavy duty
lying.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I'm lying. I am lying. I have been put on a heavy duty sulfa antibiotic to kill anything possible to kill with an antibiotic. And I am freaking miserable. I am not gonna lie. I forgot how much I hate sulfa antibiotics. So
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that.
it's okay. I'm gonna be fine.
We're hoping you get better.
I am.
It's a, you know, this is a terrible time to be sick in general.
Just a terrible time to be sick in general, right?
It's not. We've got everything else going on, and now you have to deal with this.
Well, and then your other question is, okay, well, I understand. Are you sure it's not? Maybe you should test me again, because we're all just so little nervous, John. We're a little nervous. But you know who's probably really nervous right now? Actually, probably not really nervous, just really at the highest point she can get. Not you.
I don't know. Who are we talking about?
Well,
Lee?
I would think it would be really nerve-wracking right now to be in charge of programming.
Oh, you do? Oh, weirdly enough, someone just pulled up outside the studio and is knocking on the door right now. Who is it?
Hi, let me in. It's Regina. Knock, knock.
Hey, how's it going, Regina?
It's going.
Yeah, see? I told you.
Yeah,
Little stressed, but okay.
Actually, I'm kind of zen right now. I've just kind of accepted that things will be what they will be. We will have a wonderful DragonCon.
Yes,
no matter what. It'll be a little smaller. It'll be a little bit, closer to maybe people, go back and talk about the old days.
Yes, exactly.
It'll be a little bit more like that, but that is good too. I've been here for over 30 years, so I remember those days well. When we were only in one building. Yes. Oh, there's
and it's something we haven't talked about. This is the 35th anniversary of DragonCon.
It is.
Yes, 30
polo.
There it is.
My director's polo. Yeah.
I have one of those polos, and they are very cool. They are our director's polo this year, and they're nice and soft.
They are. They're very soft.
They're very soft. I'm scared to wear mine because I will somehow stain it miserably before con. So I'm trying to keep it as pristine.
I put this on just for you. It will be coming back off. so I don't do the same thing. My husband laughs at anytime we go out to dinner that we haven't had dinner until we've spilled something right here.
Exactly.
Both of us. Both of us.
It's why I don't like white hoodies. It's why I don't like to wear white, because I'm going to get something on myself.
Which is why when we had the white hoodies that we bought at DragonCon for last year, that we all tie-dyed them. Or I should say, I handed mine to Mandy, and Mandy tie-dyed them.
It was my first.
Her daughter Nels was all into the crafting during the,
very cool.
Everybody having to stay at home, so that was a project she took on, which was great. So that's fun.
I did mine in purple, so it's purple and whitish. So when I drop my tea on it, it doesn't show up as
bad. Yeah, I understand.
So now, Regina, you are in charge overall of all the programming at DragonCon.
I am. That means not just Maine special events, masquerade and costume contests, the charity, also all the tracks report to me. So so everything that goes on in every room that is not a volunteer specific department that has like registration or something like that, anything that has programming in it, I oversee that. So
You do oversee it. And
that seems like a lot of work.
it is. It is. You have to love it, or
Or you'll go insane.
you'll
or
go insane.
Or
And
you'll
I'm
go
not
insane.
saying that those are mutually exclusive.
Correct.
Many people have said, you got to be crazy to do this. Yeah, well, that helps.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, right.
Doesn't hurt.
So,
But, yeah, I'm just
so-
highly organized. And
if
yeah.
you're responsible for everything that goes on in all of the track rooms, are you also responsible for scheduling the same event in every single room, like every single day? That seems weird that we have this thing called cleaning. What is that?
clothes for cleaning, yes.
Oh,
I
it's a weird panel name.
I put in all of those. I put them in all to say the exact same thing, so that people could search for them. So it was easy for me to give a list to all the hotels of when they needed to be in there. And I am also the one that spaced them out over 3 different times so that we always have something going on for our attendees at DragonCon. So that not everything is down at one time at one particular hotel. Like, am I going to shut down the Hilton at 4? I'm going to have some things at 4, some things at 5:30, and some things at 7. So there are always things that you can go do while those rooms are shut down for cleaning. That our hotel partners are helping us with.
So we're not supposed to line up outside the room to get into that panel.
No. No. Generally, they're fogging in there, so we actually don't want anyone in there, including our wonderful track volunteers. We have suggested to them that they could maybe go eat, or
Take a nap.
or go to their room and rest up a little bit. Have a little downtime, because some people do get a little bit overwhelmed by crowds. And let's face facts, it's been 2 years since most of us have been in crowds, unless you've gone to an Atlanta United game or something like that.
No.
Yeah. So it's
I think the biggest crowd I've been around has probably been a DragonCon meeting, and for those, I was wearing myself a mask.
Oh, we all were. Yes.
We like the mask, and it's all of us.
Yeah.
We have to wear one too, folks.
That's right. We all have to wear a mask unless you're eating or drinking. And when I say eating or drinking, I mean you have your mask on.
Marriott carpet.
And you can do this. That's the best way to do it.
That's actually a good point. We people should consider bringing their own what do you call it, straws.
Yes.
Bring your own straws. Or I also got something for like $10 years ago at Wally World that is this industrial strength. I can't break it. And I've tried, trust me, like little carry around. And it has its own straw inside, and then it has a little sipper on the outside. So that I can carry
my Baby Yoda Travis cup.
Oh,
but I have a stainless steel straw because which you can order from Amazon, because they're not expensive and they are stainless steel is antimicrobial.
That is
true.
Just
I
saying
know
that.
that.
So that'll help keep down stuff, and then you're also not contributing to the environment thing of plastic straws.
That's
so.
Jerry does want to know if maybe we can fog a few of the people that forget showers and or deodorant. Can they go to clothes for cleaning?
No.
That's not what that's for.
Jerry.
and
Although
so clothes,
I can appreciate that old adage about gamers, but we do encourage everyone, just like I know that y'all did a segment on basic things, and
yes,
the 621 rule. And I will have to admit that I generally don't adhere to 6 part because I'm too busy running the
hour
show.
sleeping. Yeah.
But 4, I do try to get at least 4.
Yeah.
And sometimes that 1, which is a shower each day, really is more like 2 or 3 for me. I find that helps me refresh. So
Wake up.
I will go and take a quick shower and change clothes for the evening kind of stuff. Particularly if I haven't been running between hotels. And so, as we pointed out, Atlanta is warm.
Very warm.
This has been one of the warmer summers on record. So, yeah, sometimes having that little downtime, quick wash off, change clothes is a good thing.
So
There you
So
go.
the closed for cleaning, we're not referring to closed for cleaning the volunteers that are in the room. We're closed for cleaning the actual room.
The actual room. Yeah, they're trying to disinfect and make sure that touch surfaces in particular, so because we want everybody to be safe and we want everyone to leave healthy. One of the side effects that's interesting about mask wearing is that we've had the lowest flu season in many years because people are having to wear masks or wearing masks in stores and things like that. So you don't tend to get as much of people sneezing on you. There being particles in the air because the mask is stopping it. So
yeah,
and it's also an opportunity for a fashion statement. I mean, it really actually is.
At the end of the day, that's what it is, right?
This is my favorite one actually, which is
Too close you are.
too close
Nice.
you are. If you can read that, you're too close.
There you go. There you go.
Take a step back.
Going back on the thing, Jerry does point out that several of the big chain stores have 4-packs of the metal straws with soft coating. Split it with some friends. You just look in the camping section for the straws as well.
Particularly if they're different colors, so you can each have a color that you can identify. That's your straw. So,
and the great thing about those soft covers is that it doesn't ding against the stuff you have, your tumbler, as it were. So it's great. Yeah.
Go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You go first.
But having something that's covered, I personally just think that's a good idea. So that's why I said I have my little covered mug with my little straw. And
And Regina, the question I did want to ask you is we've said already that there is a 2/3 rule, 2/3 room limit. Hard limit, no exception.
Right.
And
no standing against the walls.
Right.
Only maybe the
that
track
doesn't-
people that are actually volunteering, maybe standing back there, but that's it.
That's it. And so people said that can't be right. And I said, well, it was. So can you explain what we mean by there will be no exceptions?
Well, I mean that there will be a room count.
Right.
They will set that amount of chairs
Mm-hmm.
for what a room can hold. And when the chairs are full, the door will close and a sign will go out that says session full.
Full.
And
you would think
they are very sorry. You need to maybe check your handy dandy app and see if there's something else around you that you might also like to see. We do encourage people to, to not just have one thing, have a backup plan of something else you might want to see. And even if it's not an area that you would normally go into, there are many happy accidents where people go into a panel and they find a new love.
Yes,
So they find something. They find an author that is speaking, or they go into the science track and find some new interesting thing going on, or the space track, and and so they can actually find something that they never thought that they would be interested in before. I had a friend from another convention. He was on a board with me from another convention some years ago, and and this person I would not have thought would come to DragonCon actually, because I felt like he probably thought that this was too large of a convention for him. However, he got into podcasting. And he just loved going to the what is now called the digital media track, and seeing all these people that he listened to all the time and getting to meet them. So that was, that And he was definitely a lit guy. Just like not, it's all about books. But then, it was nice for him to be able to listen to a podcast on his way to work.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's how I listened to many of them, because especially during about a 4-year cycle, I didn't want to hear the news every morning. So
I hear you. I hear you. Funny story that actually that's how I first discovered Doctor Who. When I was living in Jacksonville, Florida, which is where I'm originally from, Doctor Who was coming on the PBS station at 6 p.m. every day, and the news was getting particularly downturny, and I was just not into all the negativity. So I looked around and I found Doctor Who. And that's one of the things I love. That's what I consider one of my fandoms. But yeah, that's how I discovered it, was because I was looking for something besides the news to watch.
Yeah, you just sometimes can't.
Sometimes, yeah. That is actually one of the reasons why I like 11 Alive. If I am watching news, is they do try to put some good stories in as well. Some more positive things rather than all the fires and shootings and whatever doom and gloom.
It's funny you mentioned Doctor Who, because and I was talking about just sort of showing up at some places you normally wouldn't be.
Right.
It was several years. It had to be several years ago. It was a Monday, and there happened to be a Doctor Who panel going on, and I'm famously not don't like Doctor Who. I'm not into it. It's not that it's a terrible show. It's just not
something that clicked with you.
But I like other sci-fi.
YMMV. Yes, your mileage may vary.
I mean, everything.
But
everybody's different.
I walked into, because it would just happen to be open. It was Monday, which is usually pretty dead at DragonCon, and I happened to be able to walk right into the panel, and it was a guest. And for the life of me now, I can't even remember who it was. It might have been, I want to say it was Billy Piper, but it wasn't. I don't think it was.
Alex Kingston, somebody else.
Possibly. But it was the most interesting conversation. I had no knowledge of Doctor Who going. I mean, I have knowledge I've accumulated, through
basic
it,
knowledge,
but none of the detailed knowledge of everyone. But it was the most interesting conversation I sat in on, and it just happened to drop in on it, and just like, well, you know what? I've got an hour to kill here. I've got nothing else until for another hour. So why don't I listen to this? And I stayed through the whole thing. Didn't know some of the things they were talking about. Other stuff was just fascinating to listen to. So just drop in on. I mean, obviously, getting into a big panel like that was a not a normal thing, but
fortuitous. We'll just say that.
But for just dropping in on other things. I've dropped in on Skeptic Track before where I had no idea what was going on, but hey, this is actually pretty cool. So,
but it sounded interesting to you, and you it might be something that you pick up going forward, because you found something cool about that panel. So that's
now
absolutely that's the thing. And I know y'all touched on this on another podcast, and it was that if you're coming to DragonCon for one thing, and it's great if you want to hang out in one particular track, that's fine, but you're kind of missing the boat, because DragonCon is a lot of things to a lot of people, and it is kind of one of the places where you can see a little bit of everything. And if you don't see it right now, if there's some new fantastic show that's just come out, talk to the director in that area, because many of our people, this is a happy thing about what came out of DragonCon Virtual last year, is that many of the tracks have continued to do podcasts throughout the year. And so that could be a future subject of a podcast that's coming out. You might tell them, I'll tell you, don't tell Carol Malcolm, because Carol has already watched it. I don't care what it is.
Probably has. That is
I don't know how she has how hours in the day, because she samples a lot of things, and particularly if it's in urban fantasy area, or anything that came off of a book, she amazes me at how much knowledge she has in that area. So
it is amazing.
But yeah, I mean, just and that's how a lot of them get their subjects. Is they'll be like, oh, okay. So the Nevers. Oh, I haven't seen that. Well, there's only 6 episodes. It's over here. Da da da.
Right.
You check. I mean, check that out. So things like
And
that.
again,
Stranger Things.
Yep.
You had that dropped what 3 weeks before DragonCon that year,
and I had a line to get into a fandom discussion about it
around the building,
all the way down my hall.
Yeah.
Around the hall, and then all the way down the hall again. And I was like, "You guys know we don't have any guests," and they were like, "Yeah, we just want to talk about it." I'm like,
we just want to talk about it. It's so cool. Yeah.
Like,
like I loved Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
When it first dropped, it was like, wow, and it was one of the things that was more outside of the box. Some new ideas that I hadn't thought about, so it made you think. I love tight writing. That is something that will get me every time. During the pandemic stuff, I mean, I unfortunately, unabashedly watched a lot of West Wing because Aaron Sorkin, tight writer, just
Plus, you're used to walking down lots of halls at DragonCon, so
true.
There's lots of that going on in the West Wing.
I mean, I am
exactly.
the queen of walk and talk. I will tell you, there are a lot of people that will come to me and say, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm like, "I am on my way somewhere else. If you want to walk with me, yes." Because I have to be a lot of places, and I check out a lot of things, and I jokingly say I have a spidey sense. I say that, but it's really that the schedule is percolating in the back of my head. And I'm like, why do I want to go up to the atrium right now? Oh, Alice Cooper's about to go on stage. Yeah, let me go make sure everything's going okay.
Everything's going well,
yeah.
So
I would.
And my new love is, of course.
Yeah, we just increased the size of it, and I suddenly got a better picture
Baby
of
Yoda.
All of these childs.
I have a whole nursery.
Children.
I have a whole nursery.
I was going to say you've started an orphanage.
I have. Yes. Yoda was my favorite character. So yes.
So now
a baby is just like yes.
How do you feel about Grogu as the name?
I didn't like it the first time I heard it, but it has it's grown on me.
Yeah.
Come on, Yoda was weird when we first heard it.
It grew on you.
Yeah, it grew. Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of, because we talked about this just a second ago, lines. The line rules this year are slightly different, but I mean they're still. We still have standard rules that we have to follow, which are what?
It's still you don't line up for a panel more than an hour before said panel. They will ask people to kind of space themselves a little bit more. If you're inside the building, you're gonna have to be wearing a mask anyway. So anytime you're inside of a DragonCon building, that's just across the board. So don't forget your mask. If you do, we will have some. We will have ones available. The like the blue ones,
surgical masks,
the disposables.
Yeah. The disposables, right?
Well,
we will have plenty of those.
Surgical masks, but
everybody, all the tracks will have some. All of them. All the information booths will have them, and of course, our safety teams will have them as well. So they will be widely available. But we do encourage you to bring your own. Like I said, show your style, show your fandom. But yes, and it does need to meet CDC guidelines, which means you're covering your nose and your mouth. It's not mesh, that you are trying to keep droplets down from speaking.
Okay, so it's the net gaiters would still be okay then.
I think so, as long as they're like 2 layers.
Okay,
like the single that's real thin might not be really blocking as much, but and you could wear a disposable one under it if you wanted to show your fandom. I know plenty of people that that like to wear a kind of a double thing to make sure that the filtering is happening. I've seen some people ask about like stormtrooper helmets. Well, many of them build filters into their thing, so they've learned. Some of them have already returned to other conventions, and but if we all do this really does knock down, the possibility of spreading something, and like I said, our chief thing is making sure our fans are safe.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, it is.
So along those lines, we'll get back to the line question in just a second. Sarah actually did ask in the chat about if the convention safety crew will be enforcing the mask, because she's actually on site right now at the Hyatt, and they do have a mask mandate there, but they don't seem to be enforcing it. The hotel does not
we
seem to be.
are enforcing with a customer service attitude in mind, and that we are going to politely remind you that it's a masked area, and then we will offer you one if you don't have one. If you become belligerent,
be a good word. Yes.
I hate to use those kind of negative words, disagreeable. You don't want to use a mask. Unfortunately, that would kind of fall under Rule 7, which is don't be a jerk.
Right.
And you may read those policies online as to what that means, because that does mean that we can eject you from the convention. We can get hotel security involved. We would prefer not to do that. We want everybody right, Rob, exactly. Rob's one of my great moderators who does Maine, but be kind to each other, people. We all, Rachel said this really well at the last director's meeting. We all need to give everybody a little grace. Everybody is frustrated. Believe me, I wish we were at a place where we didn't have to require masks, but we do.
We do.
And would I rather be able to see my people and wear a mask than not and go through another year?
Yeah,
for me, that's a yes. But everybody has to weigh their own.
Yep, it's a price we're paying. It's a price that we're paying to have to be able to see each other in person. Right.
Exactly.
So
it's just be kind to each other. Please be kind to volunteers.
Oh yes,
because they are giving of their time to help make your convention happen. Because we frankly cannot do it without them. And we do have less this year than we have had in previous years, because some people are autoimmune compromised and have chosen to take the year off. So,
or like some of my staff have lived with older relatives who
or
they're scared
young children,
right?
That cannot get vaccinated yet.
That's just too much of a risk.
And for them, and we don't fault that. Everybody has to make their own decision. Absolutely, we understand it. But for those of you that do choose to join us, just give everybody a little bit more patience. Everybody's doing the best we can. Really, really, truly. So be excellent to each other. Party on, dude.
Yes.
Party on, dude. I would just say one of those things about forgiving ourselves too. Rachel said it was for everyone, from herself all the way down to the youngest member. Sometimes we have to forgive ourselves, because this is going to, as I said yesterday when we were talking to her, her statement was, this is going to be a con a year like no other.
No other. That's right.
No other.
That's right.
I did want to say Regina chastised me a bit when she got on, because one of the things John and I, when we do one of these, we're waiting on is Regina to send us a text message or an email that says, okay, screwed it up.
Wrong.
I will note that she hasn't said that Dwayne The Rock Johnson isn't coming to DragonCon yet. So
John.
Yes.
Okay. So I have something for you.
Yes. For those listening, she's holding up a rock with a hello.
This is a rock that came from my yard. It now is named Dwayne Johnson. It has a hello name tag on it. Hello,
Now,
my name is Dwayne Johnson. This rock is going to go into my backpack. My laptop's going to. So, Dwayne Johnson, the rock, will be at DragonCon.
Oh,
But he
see,
is
there you go.
not-
You've heard it.
But he is not officially.
Probably not the movie star and WWE star that you're thinking of, but there will be a Dwayne Johnson, the Rock, at DragonCon.
Awesome.
Regina,
so
if at the end of con you want to give me that to mail to him.
To throw at John.
To throw at Johon.
No, I wouldn't throw
And
it
I'm just
back.
going to note, here's my backpack
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Lord.
wow.
It
It
Just
literally
in
is
the
going there.
backpack.
right now,
Well, someone
and it will go to DragonCon.
someone said he will be appearing at the closed for cleaning panels.
There's a lot of those. You can't be everywhere.
He can't be everywhere. That's a programming nightmare.
A programming nightmare. Yeah.
That would be a programming nightmare.
Um,
But I was saying Regina chastised me just a little bit because we were talking about things that we say that have been wrong. Eddie McClintock was not the master of the parade 2 years in a row.
No.
Because Lee got stupid. Don't know why that happened.
I
But
think it was because one year he was in the parade and the next year he did the masquerade. So there was
That
a
was-
day that he was not available
Mhm.
for programming because he was doing those big events.
Right.
And so I think you just got confused because he wasn't available. So you just thought, oh, he's in the parade
Oh, well.
again. Well, no, he
now I
was
can get him
doing
anyway. Right.
Yeah.
But she reminded me that there's a third track in the Sheraton. And I'm so sorry I forgot them robotics. You're on a
Robotic
different
makers. Yeah, they're down on another floor. So Lee never sees them. So
they're down lower than me.
they're on the same floor as registration in the Atlanta hall. Because
Okay.
they need room to drive around their little robots and do their
okay.
crafts and do all their builder maker stuff.
Right.
So yeah, so they're right next to. They're in the hallway. That's kind of, if you came in from the street, it'd be on the farthest hall to the left.
Mm-hmm.
It's all down that side where Capitol Ballroom is where a lot of people go for the pre-sales pickup, and then there's the Georgia Ballroom, and so they're kind of on the other side of the Capitol. So yeah, so.
Very cool.
And they have lots of fun stuff down there. But I was like, too.
Sorry,
Great.
robotics. That tells me how often I look outside of my track hallway.
I certainly understand that from any track director that you're very focused on your own track. So
Yes, you are.
She probably likes to hear that. That you're not wandering the halls during
you're all wandering around.
Just stop wandering. Go
Sean
Lost
does-
in another hotel. Yeah.
Sean does want to know if you can smell what the Rock is cleaning.
Well,
Good joke, John.
I haven't been sniffing the rock. I will ultimately think that.
So
But
speaking,
I can still smell. So yeah.
well, that's good. That's a good sign. These days, it's a good sign.
Yes.
Actually, that should be the test for everybody. So just
Can you smell it?
can you smell it? Speaking of wandering the hallways, you also oversee several of the costume contests. One of them being the hallway costume contest.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that we have a hallway costume contest. It is run by our masquerade and contest department over at the Hyatt. They're right outside of the Centennial Ballroom.
Mhm.
And for those of you that maybe are a little shy about getting on a stage, but you have an awesome costume that you have really put a lot of work into, please go by there because they will take your picture. They will put it up on, take your picture in front of a backdrop so it looks nice.
Mhm.
You can purchase a copy of the picture for $10, which benefits the charity.
Oh, that's
Which
awesome.
This year is Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Mhm.
And so they will give you a copy of that. And then what they do is they upload the albums of the costume picture, the pictures they've taken, to Facebook. And those pictures are voted on by likes.
Mhm.
So the people that get the most likes win a prize. Usually it's a certificate in the in the hallway costume contest. But this year, because of the success of DragonCon Goes Virtual, we have added a virtual piece to this. So I believe it's I'm looking at the Facebook. There is if you go to Facebook, the DragonCon Masquerade page has all of these rules on it. But the virtual hallway costume contest, what you're going to do is you would put on your costume, you would get someone to take a picture of it. There will be a special sign. You need to print a sign that says DragonCon 2021. That's so we know this isn't an old picture from another time, that this is now. And then you will enter that into they'll have a site where you can upload it with all your information so that they can get in contact with you. Now, there may be some prejudging, but basically the prizes and both the in-person and the virtual people will be entered into where to get these prizes. Overall first place will get 2 memberships to DragonCon 2022. Second place will get 1 membership to 2022. And the best overall third place will get a swag bag and a streaming membership.
All right.
So we have prizes for this. If you've been working on that costume all year long and you, for whatever reason, can't join us in person this year, this is your way to still be involved and show your costume. Okay.
Now you also oversee the masquerade. What can we expect from the masquerade this year?
So some of our favorites, our MCs this year will again be Tony Gow and Eddie McClintock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Eddie was all set to come back last year, and did do the virtual masquerade last year from his house. But we love Eddie. So he's coming back with us again, since we already had that agreement with him. And they're going to do, they're going to be hosting. And that's going to be at 8:30 on Sunday night. Please do go by the Contest at Masquerade table to register ahead of time. I think you have to register by 3 p.m. on Sunday. That's so they know how many people they have and they can split you into groups and all that. And then they'll tell you when you need to report back so that they know where they have everybody. They have den moms that kind of take a group of people and make sure that they shepherd them to the stage in the proper order. You compete in international costuming rules, which is youth, which we split that into babies and then like little older toddler kind of children. Then there's a youth, which is kind of the teenagers area, novice level, journeyman, masterclass, or professional level. And then, of course, all of those people could be eligible for Best in Show. Now, Best in Show, obviously, is what is thought of by the judges as being the best costume, possibly the amount of work they put into it. And the prize for that, for Best in Show, is, and all of these other levels get $50 in Dragon Dollars if they win their category. But the Best in Show gets $500 and a 3-night paid stay in a host hotel for 2022.
Cool.
So groups a lot of times will enter, and then they can kind of split that up, decide who's getting the room. Some of them share, whatever. But then you don't have to participate in the Hunger Games the next year because we will register your room for you. You can add days at your cost, etc. But in any case, that's kind of a good prize. So
That's a really cool prize, actually.
So
that is a cool prize. Now, Regina, I know you can't show us, but can you give us a little hint about the baby dragon this year?
You've already seen it if you've been watching the town halls.
I what? I did? No, because I've been watching.
Yeah.
I've been listening.
They revealed it, but
Okay. Well, then I'll.
do actually.
You have one?
Oh my! Oh my! Oh,
That's
that is
so
so
awesome.
adorable.
I can't wait.
They
Okay.
did reveal it on one of the town halls recently. So if you haven't watched them recently,
That's
I
probably
encourage you to go back to the Facebook or the DragonCon main Facebook page, and they revealed it there. I think it was last week, but I could be wrong.
I didn't realize it was.
I believe
okay.
they just revealed it. Yes, because I managed to catch one before they packed them up in the
Before
office.
they escaped.
Yes, before they escaped. I was actually in the office earlier this week and managed to get it.
Zan says she has all the baby dragons, and this one is
This one
amazing.
is very amazing. It's got little wings in the back. It's really cool.
I,
It is.
I
it is
yeah.
very,
love
very cool.
dragons too,
So-
and he's
and I
adorable.
love them.
She's
So,
adorable. Yeah.
Yes, and I collect dragons as well. Of course, I collect everything. So that unfortunately, that's my house.
Now, has Grogu tried to eat the baby dragon?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's good.
Keep them far apart.
I do keep them a
separated.
little bit separated so far. But
It's only.
I don't really
for-
want him roasted either. I wouldn't blame the baby dragon for defending itself.
That's true. It's only frogs, John. He likes
And-
frogs.
Only for-
And
And
let's not forget they were unfertilized eggs.
Thank
So
you.
it's just like we eat eggs in the morning; they're unfertilized. They
Exactly.
were not sentient beings.
And this was not the last of their race. This was the last time for that couple.
For that couple, that's right.
That's been a thing too. Oh, he committed genocide. He was trying to commit genocide. No, he wasn't.
No, he was hungry.
He was
Um,
hungry.
he's-
And
he's
babies,
Thanos was
growing.
trying to commit
He's
genocide.
growing. He's growing.
Oh, but it was
babies
random.
need to eat. It's not funny.
So
So-
he needs protein.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's what grows your brain. Protein.
Yeah. Oh boy, I can use that right now.
All right. So Regina, you know that we like to play games with our guests
Ah,
at the end of our.
No, I got one more thing.
Oh,
that I
you got one more
forgot.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not
Dragon
done.
Awards.
Oh,
So
Oh, yes,
Dragon Awards.
that we've. Oh, see, I
Yeah.
didn't write it down
So
because
please, I know I thought about it after we started talking, but please do vote in the Dragon Awards. The nominations the nominations are closed, but the voting has begun. So please go up to the Dragon Awards site. You can, I think www.dragoncon.org/Dragon Awards. So, but just search, just Google it. We have 15 categories in books, media, and gaming. So please do go. There's a lot of different things, and you do not have to vote in each category. So if you say, "Well, I don't know anything about gaming," that's okay. Vote in the things you do know about. We started this originally at the 30th anniversary. So this is actually the 6th one because inclusive. But we started that originally kind of as a geek reading list, kind of as a what is it that the fans are enjoying right now that maybe it's not getting as much critical acclaim. We all know about movies and critical acclaim and how half the time they don't like anything that the whole public loves. So we just decided that we could do that, and you do not have to be a member of DragonCon to vote in them. You just have to register with your email address. We use SurveyMonkey, so you just have to verify your address so that we know it's not a bot or anything like that. So yes, there it is, and they are lovely like that. They're a little different every year, but they are that kind of glass teardrop with a representation of fire. So that's the heart of the dragon, as we say. But yes, and I want to point out, if you live in Fulton County, the Fulton County Libraries, again, this year, they started this in 2019, I think, or maybe it was 20. They started a year or two ago, where they have kind of partnered with us, and any books that they can get online through their system, you can log into the library and check out and read for free.
Woohoo!
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
So, which is really cool. So, so please do participate. You can vote. You have to register to vote by Friday of the convention. And then that's so you have time for it to verify and all that kind of stuff. But you vote until Saturday night at midnight, and then we announce those results at 4 p.m. on Sunday in the Centennial One Ballroom of the Hyatt.
Right.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
We got some really cool people on there too. Some really cool books. So, yeah. So, let your voices be heard, as they say.
Yeah, adult lit, fantasy lit. Everybody was really excited. Yes, YA was really excited. So go vote. And folks, I don't know anything about gaming. I go to my husband and say, which of these games have you played the most in this?
Yeah, we do classic board games, electronic mobile games, online. We run the gambit. So and even comics. We also do comics and graphic novels. So that's those are 2 of the 15 categories. So like I said, let your voices be heard. We love to have as much fan participation as possible, because this award is really about the fans. That's what we're aiming at. Just like DragonCon. That's what we always do. We try to really focus on what the fans love. So, for the fans, by the fans.
No. That is very cool. Now, Regina.
Yes, now.
You like to play
now
games.
we'll be doing games.
Yes.
And I am so happy that we're not doing those horrible things that you would get in the after Christmas sale, which were rarely right.
Well, I mean,
they did very
for the price
little
you're paying
for those games.
For the price you're paying, you can't expect quality research.
Well, point taken. I will know that I offered you $20 in order to upgrade your games. So, is this the code?
Yeah. Once Regina's in, we will open it up for anybody in the audience to play. I will caution people. It's probably a good idea to keep one eye on the actual
you can
device.
More than that.
You can keep 2 eyes on there on the actual device, because it is.
You did that with Jack. So happy.
Enter the room code QFEG.
So QFEG is the room code for today. You go to jackbox.tv, enter QFEG. Even if you don't get in, you can participate as audience members. Your votes do count. Just like at the Dragon Awards. Dragon Awards at dragoncon.org/awards. Oh, hey, we're full. Oh, that was quick. People don't have anything better to do on a Saturday. Or they're just sitting, or they're like Sarah at the con right now, waiting for con to actually start. Or as she likes to say, Saturday is the new Thursday.
You've stumbled upon Quiplash 3, the final failure. I'm Schmitty, and please make sure you take all your jokes out with you at the end of the game. Oh yeah, hey, if you're not playing, you can still get in the audience and vote. Put in the room code to join. This is round 1. You'll answer 2 prompts on your device in any way you want, and then each of your responses will square off against someone else's. The remaining players vote on their favorite. Easy, right? Oh yes, points. You score points based on the percentage of voters who like your answers. Clear enough? Sure hope so. Let's go.
Okay, well, everyone's entering in their answers to the prompts. I'll go through some of the stuff we talked about here. Sarah did want to say she was dropping by to say hi and to say, I hope you're feeling better, Lee. We all do. Have to listen later. Heading back to the hotel because Saturday before the Saturday before is the new Thursday. It's expanding ever so much. DragonCon is I think Regina's okay with that as long as she's not asked to do any programming for 7 days.
7 days.
We have actually there's a lot to do in Atlanta, so if you do come down early, that's great. But Con is on Thursday.
There was some talk about the neck gaiters. I think that Regina did point out that a double layer neck gaiter is what she was probably referring to.
Yeah.
The single one doesn't block anything, essentially. Somebody was pointing out there's studies that show that it actually kind of makes it even more aerosol-y.
Yeah,
So-
and a lot of times they slip. They
slip
slip a
off,
lot
yeah.
more because they don't have anything in the nose.
Time's running out. Safety
So-
if you have to.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I forgot to go into
It's
moderating.
quick time.
Oh, boy.
Of course.
Well, now I'm hoping that people didn't say because I
And the
didn't
first
go
prompt
into
is-
moderation.
Doctors say blank is not addictive, but you are hooked.
You're,
Okay, choose
and
away.
this would be why I needed to moderate. Doctors say blank is not addictive, but you're hooked. Your mom or apple pie.
John.
Oh, boy.
That's your only fault.
I probably should have brought my Cards Against Humanity for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just draw something.
All right, check this out. Modern pirates don't steal treasure. They
Okay,
steal
I think
blank.
we're in the wrong game.
Oh, this is fine.
Okay.
Now, pick your favorite.
I thought I put
question
DragonCon
wasn't
prompts
that-
in.
It was just a bit much. Wow.
Modern pirates don't steal treasure, they steal blank. Hard drives or everyone's identity. Yeah, I think I'm not in the right DragonCon.
Let's keep it going. Name for a wacky sitcom about ancient philosophers.
No.
Big Bang 2 or
All right, vote for the one you like best.
Drinking with Socrates. Big Bang 2 or Drinking with Socrates. I'm a little irritated now because I literally did put in the this morning. It even said it was a DragonCon one. Did anybody get a DragonCon prompt at all? No, nobody.
Not on this one, no.
Huh.
Let's see the next one. A name for a music festival your mother would approve of.
Listen to Your Mother Fest or Elvis Palooza.
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
You're, no one got any DragonCon prompts. Apparently, I went in the wrong room. Oh well, here we go. Listen to Your Mother Fest or Elvis Palooza.
Yeah, mine's not actually showing the choices. I don't know if I got thrown out somehow or because I'm just sitting on.
Oh no, it was because it was your Elvis Palooza was your answer. Elvis Palooza wins.
Yeah.
So yes, you don't get to vote on your own answer.
Okay, sorry.
Unfortunately.
And here we have
My mother loved
California's
Elvis.
biggest export is
Mine
blank.
too.
California's biggest export is blank. Rich people going to
the fun part.
DragonCon
Pick your
or
favorite
weed.
You need to moderate faster, don't you, buddy?
Well, I didn't even go into moderation. That was the thing. So I've just messed this up completely, all left and right. And it split the room. But weed does win.
And weeds are like dandelions and stuff, kids.
Next
Yes,
one up,
That's your
yes, for
parents.
those kids.
someone you'd never expect to give you the birds and the bees
geez.
talk.
Did I not even put on family friendly on this thing? Barney the dinosaur or FedEx John. At least our DragonCon friends can make it DragonCon related. Someone you'd never expect to give you the birds and the bees talk. Barney the dinosaur or FedEx John.
That reminds me, I have to email my seconds.
I thought you were going to say I have to email my son.
No. No.
This is comedy, just not the comedy we intended.
Under a full moon, a small number of people turn into blank.
Thundercats or mermaid werewolves?
Now
Or
it
mermaid
gets
wolves.
real.
Excuse
Pick
me.
your favorite.
Under a full moon, a small number of people turn into Thundercats or mermaid wolves.
Thunder, cats.
Thunder.
How did the song go, John, for Thundercat?
Thunder, thunder,
Thunder,
thunder.
thunder, Thundercat.
Yay! That was a good Mermaid Wolves. I really want to see
Next
somebody
on the docket.
draw it.
Nothing can stop the Terminator. Well, nothing except blank.
A hydraulic press, molten steel, Sarah Connor, or paternal instinct. Nothing can stop the Terminator. Well, nothing except a hydraulic press, molten steel, and Sarah Connor, or paternal instinct.
Both of those
Both those
are very
good. One is factual,
That was a quip.
and that was a
couldn't
safety
think of
cue,
anything.
which works out really well. But a hydraulic press, molten steel, and Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
We made it through round 1 in one piece. Let's see if your score did.
Well, we'll just go with this, folks, because going back is not an option. Much like DragonCon, it's going to happen. This is just going to happen. Deal with it.
Time for round 2, where the prompts are crazier and the points are doublier. Go!
Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Oh, actually, Lee asked Regina a question that I actually do want to ask just Regina in general is, will apparel be at the DC store?
I believe so.
Okay.
Okay, see, somebody was saying they made an announcement. It's not. Well, I was very confused.
Okay.
Well, I think earlier there was talk that some of the stuff got removed out of the online store, but that was
It may
just
not
because,
have come in time. That's all I can say.
or
Right.
it also happens every year that I think Zan might have pointed this out, that every year it disappears off online because it gets moved. It's being moved into
It's being packed up.
packed and staged.
Yeah, it's being packed up. Yeah, we have to palletize everything early in order for it to move to the show. So it's entirely possible that they have packed it all up, and that's why you can get it there. So it should be at the multiple DragonCon stores that are available.
Running out.
All over the place.
Yeah. The Sheraton and the Marriott, and I believe in the vendor halls. There's usually stores in all of those locations.
And I believe Zan actually is volunteering with it. Yeah, the DC store. I was just about to say that. Yeah.
How are you?
Oh,
Thanks, Zan.
All
she's
right,
done it the last couple of years.
Zan has also helped us, has shown up a couple of times to help us load in.
Yeah.
Why doesn't this player show up in photographs?
Why doesn't Lee show up in photographs? I wonder why. COVID? Oh, she's a creature of the night. Everyone vote for that.
Pizza of the night.
Why doesn't Lee show up in photographs? I wonder why. COVID? She's a creature of the night. The irony here is that she actually is only behind it, but that's because she's not feeling well, not necessarily because of COVID.
Right along.
Right. One of those was
This
completely
player
wrong.
would get from a financial planner. You spend too much on blank.
Advice Jazzy would get from a financial
Okay,
planner.
everybody,
You spend
pick
too much
your
on
favorite
blank
whip.
DJ equipment or small dragons and Grogu dolls.
Oh, I feel called out.
Baby
feel
dragons
called
and
out.
Grogu
Oh, come
dolls or
on.
DJ equipment.
No, John, nobody needs to see gray green lady. Oh.
Yeah, Zan is helping Tech Ops load in,
Let's
and they're
see
doing
how
that
they handle
again this
Thank
year.
you, Jan.
An epiphany
Thank you, Zan.
you
Thank
have
you,
at
Zan.
your
Appreciate it.
20-year high school reunion.
An epiphany you have at your 20-year high school reunion.
Now it's
Everyone,
time to vote for your favorite.
everyone brought their 20-year-old kids. Men all lost their hair. The men all lost their hair. The epiphany that you've had at your 20-year high school reunion. Everyone brought their 20-year-old kids, and the men all lost their hair. Now, interestingly, do the math with a 20-year reunion. Zan does say thanks for all the wonderful work you do, Regina.
Oh, thank you, Zan. Appreciate it.
And the room is officially split on that answer.
And next
That
is
question, rather.
The local library does not want your donation of this book.
Okay, great.
My dog drooled all over this book,
Okay,
or
choose
screw
your
the
favorite.
screw the roses, give me the thorns. Your local library does not want your donation of this book. My dog drooled all over this book, or screw the roses, give me the thorns.
I have such a different answer to that, and I'm gonna be nice because I need to be nice and not a jerk. Mountain Dew goes down wrong.
Split the room, 50-50.
Wow.
Both of y'all, that was really good.
And now, passive-aggressive ghosts are always writing blank on your wall in blood.
You can find passive-aggressive ghosts in the extract.
All right, choose your favorite.
Passive-aggressive ghosts are always writing blank on your wall in blood. I need a Band-Aid, or I'm not a ghost, you are.
I'm the guy you are.
Passive-aggressive ghosts are always writing, I need a Band-Aid on your wall in blood, or I'm not a ghost, you are.
50-50. Woo!
Split 50-50.
Nom 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 nom.
And next, the most scandalous sentence in your dream journal.
No.
We met at the...
All right, vote for the one you like best.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I dreamt I went to DragonCon and there was no line. The most scandalous sentence in your dream journal was, I dreamt I went to DragonCon and no line. Or,
Well, I was afraid that I would not show up. You know, you show up on the wrong weekend.
Yes. That's my yes every year.
And it's fine as long as it's the next weekend. But if it was the weekend before, that's
Yeah,
a problem.
no.
You have to defeat this player in gladiatorial combat. What weapon do you choose?
you have to defeat Sean in gladiatorial combat. What weapon do you choose? Oh, no answer, but a Sparta sword was what Gabe gave.
I like that answer.
Okay, what's next? Something Gwyneth Paltrow has in her nightstand, probably.
Oh boy, okay.
Okay, choose your favorite.
Okay. Something Gwyneth Paltrow probably has in her nightstand. Tony Stark's spare part, or Glee tapes. Glee tapes or Tony Stark's spare part. Kids, we're talking about Iron Man.
I think they know Iron Man. Come on.
Tony Stark wins.
Nobody liked my answer.
I
She
did
was
like
actually
this.
she actually
She
was
was
on
in-
Glee for
Yeah, I remember
Oh, I
that.
did not know
as the
that.
sex
Okay.
ed teacher. So I
Oh my, no.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good idea.
Okay, Sean was in the lead, and Chris
I
has
am
moved into the
terrible.
I'm still in
Ready
fourth.
for
Yay.
Last round.
Whiplash. A crazy final round that came to me in a fever dream. You'll each get a prompt that needs 3 separate responses. Don't screw it up, okay?
Okay, everyone gets their prompts there. Remember, PG-13, please, folks. PG-13. You've been good so far. I will say that. You guys have been good so far. Me hosing this all up completely. I created a custom game for this specific meeting, for this specific podcast, and thought I started it. It did say Electric Boogaloo at the Electric Slide, rather DragonCon 2 Electric Slide at the thing, but for whatever reason, it has not loaded. So there you go. That's how this technology works. As Lee says, oh no, it's not. I don't think Lee says this, but well, maybe she does. Technology is great when it works.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, we already talked about the straws. Good idea. Oh, so yeah, if you want to email us, although this is sort of wrapping up our 50 days journey, but you can email us any time of the year at 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Both Lee and I do get those messages. Also, 813-3210 Tug is the phone number to call, or that's also 813-3210-8884.
Time's running out.
Oh, wait, you have to still vote.
And DragonCon Awards is dragoncon.org/awards.
Right,
And don't
let's have
forget
it.
your vaccination card or your negative test.
Oh yeah, don't forget your vaccination card or your negative test. That's perfect.
And we will be
Yes,
testing on
every
site
dad
if you need to do that.
secretly wants for Father's Day.
And you can take a picture of your vaccine card.
3 things every
Now it
dad
gets
secretly
real.
wants for
Pick
Father's
your
Day.
favorite.
Take out the trash for him, new golf clubs, wad of cash, or keys to his new boat, golf clubs, and pie. Apparently, people think that
Everybody
fathers,
thinks
so father
fathers
plays
like
a lot of
golf clubs.
David, you are very much welcome. He says, thanks for the 50 Days podcast / live shows every year. PC13, this isn't DragonCon. This isn't the DragonCon wrestling episode. Let's see. Take out the trash for him is one, and wad of cash, plus golf clubs.
The 3 steps required to bake the worst loaf of bread.
3 steps required to bake the worst loaf of bread. Salt, not flour. No yeast, no matter what.
Here's
Raisins.
Pick your favorite quip.
Don't bake. Add spoiled milk. Use no butter. Those are definitely 3 steps to terrible loaves of bread. And by the way, since we've all learned how to make bread over this pandemic,
You should know that.
you should know at this point, or have personal experience. Salt, no flour, no yeast, no matter what. Raisins, or don't bake. Add spoiled milk and use no butter. Salt, not flour, wins. I think probably because people might have done that.
Yeah, it's
3
usually
ways to
salt instead of
jazz up
sugar.
your boring
Yeah.
old water.
It's where people make mistakes and they're suddenly like,
Yeah. That's why I said not flour.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
3 ways to jazz up your boring old water. Ice, Kool-Aid mix, a dragon straw, or put it in the freezer, add it to apple pie, more water. 3 ways to jazz up your boring old water. Put it in the freezer, add it to apple pie, or more water, or ice, Kool-Aid mix, and a dragon straw.
You need to get faster.
John says, see you on Monday, Zan, for load-in.
And both of those were very funny.
3 ways of perking yourself up when coffee isn't enough.
A shower. Good morning. Good morning, Mr.
Ferrigno,
Ferrigno. Oh, yeah.
Time to pick the one you
and
like best.
lambus bread.
Lambus bread. I don't know how to pronounce this stuff. Meth apple pie.
That's such a terrible
Cocaine. Eddie and Tony hosting masquerade. 3 ways to perk yourself up when coffee isn't available. Meth apple pie, cocaine.
I know,
and
right?
Eddie and Tony hosting masquerade, which, really is just those 2 things put together, if you think about it. The 2 previous things put together.
Without medicine.
Shower, good morning, Mr. Ferrigno, and Lambus bread wins.
I can't believe we made it. Let's see the final scores.
Here we go.
There he is. Second from the last.
Sean wins!
Congratulations, Sean.
I came up to 2. I'm very proud of myself.
The good morning, Mr. Ferrigno actually happened one morning at Con. We were coming down the escalator at the Marriott, and someone said hi to him, and I woke right up. There you go. Congrats, Sean. I love these podcasts. It's half the fun of going to DragonCon every year. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Chris. We like doing them. All right.
We're done.
So,
I don't know why I
Regina,
was thinking that.
best place for information about DragonCon is?
www.dragoncon.org.
And
What's
if
that?
Also,
Right.
download the app. from your
Download the app.
store, because
For-
that is going to have the most current information. I mean, we all know that there's going to be changes. There, as we always say, everything is tentative until it is history.
Right.
So there is no final. This is final schedule until Tuesday, when DragonCon is over.
A week from, yeah, right.
Because we even had people like, panelists who show up and decide they want to change the whole subject of the panel.
Yeah.
And they have done it.
And it's happened.
So,
I've seen it.
Yes, it's actually Jonathan Harris, who was on Lost in Space, did that one Monday when the other panelists that were supposed to be there had left, had gotten on planes, and he said, "Oh, well, so I think I'll talk about my favorite thing, me." So that's what happened.
Zan asked when our last podcast will be this year. Well, this is the we may have one more that we have to record, but this will be the last. Traditionally, Regina is the last one that we air, that we put into the feed.
I usually correct any mistakes that
because she corrects all the mistakes, so this would be the last
new information
in
case something has changed.
Jerry just says, love the live episodes this year. Thank you so much for all you do, the information provide, and the fun. And we again love doing it. So it's a labor of love, much like DragonCon is for every volunteer, right?
That's
exactly.
Right.
That's true. So
that was really what I took away from last year so much is that we're a family.
Oh my God. It's so weird that it worked, but the only reason why it worked is because we are so tight as a community.
We all love our community. So.
Right.
And we were willing to learn Discord.
We were willing to learn Discord.
We learned so much last year. It was really crazy. So So watch DragonCon Virtual if you're not coming to see us, and even if you are, you can't see everything.
Right.
And the virtual streaming membership is only $10.
Come on,
and you get 9 months worth of enjoyment from that. So check it out.
Yeah. That's I can't think of anything better to say than that. So until next time, for Regina, Lee, our friends that have played with us, and the friends that are listening now, until next time, this is John saying peace.
Bye. See you at the con.
This was a production of The Unique Geek. Call our comment line at 8133210TUG. That's 81332108884. Email us at thegeeks@theuniquegeek.com or 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Follow The Unique Geek on Facebook and Twitter. This podcast is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license.
Hold on a second, John.